Good morning, everybody. It's Sarah in her kitchen, and today I want to share with you how I make my croutons. I was talking to one of the girls that used to work for me in my spa back in the day, and she was telling me how she remembered a lot of things that she learned working at the spa and all, but the one thing she didn't remember or didn't have was the recipe to my croutons. So, Alexis, this video is for you, okay? So we're going to start out. This is my homemade sourdough sandwich loaf. I just took it out of the freezer yesterday, and I'm just starting to cut it up. Now, some people may cut off the crust, but I don't. I like them like that. So, but I'm not going to use the heel part. We're going to set that aside, and I'll make toast out of that. Okay. So I'm going to do 5 slices, and you got to have a nice big bread knife. Get it out. A nice bread knife. So anyway, I'm going to cut one more slice. Just glides right down through there. I got this off of Amazon. It was super expensive. I mean, come on, $99 for a knife. Yeah, I did it. But it's nice. And you know what? If you want to do good work, I've always been told you got to have good tools. So I got it. So we're going to set that aside for now, and then we're just going to slice these breads down. So let me turn so you can see what I'm doing. I'll do 3 at a time. And you want to try and make them as even as you can. They don't have to be perfect. You want to try and make them the same thickness. So we go that direction and spin it around and go the opposite and hold them. So we'll just go down through, and one more time. Okay. So I've already got a bowl, and I sprayed it with some of the oil, so I'm just going to drop these down in that bowl just to get them out of the way for now. Now you can make as many as you want, and you know what? The recipe is going to depend on how many slices of bread that you use. So you don't go by how much I'm putting in of different things. You go by the number of slices of bread that you use. So this will be like for 5 slices. We'll do it that way. So let's cut these then. And I'll tell you, these are so good. You just kind of like to eat them by themselves, you know. So my daughter came in one time and she's eating away at them. And I said, whoa, you better slow down. Those are for our meal. So she stopped, and that was that. So anyway, and it's just going to be oil and some seasoning. That's it. So let's take this. I've got my garbage can right here, which I always have. Nice big tall garbage can. Get that out of the way. Move this in. So see, there's our croutons. So now, okay, I'm going to try and finish this, but I got to do it this way because I had trouble with my video taping and I didn't realize that. So you missed seeing me put all the seasoning in on my breadcrumbs. So sorry about that, but here's what I did. You'd use 1 teaspoon of, I used Italian seasoning, okay? 1 teaspoon of that, a teaspoon of garlic powder if you like it. Now again, you can change all these seasonings. You put in what you like. These are just recommendations, and the amount is recommendations. I used a 1/4 a teaspoon of salt and pepper, okay? And you just mix that and toss that in the oil. I would not use 1/4 of a cup. I think it's way too much oil. You don't want to saturate the breadcrumbs. You just want them to be damp so that they'll hold on to the seasoning. So you be the judge of that. I sprayed my pan first, put the crumbs in, gave it another little spray, and then put the seasoning in, tossed them all around. Preheat the oven to 375 and bake them for 15 to 20 minutes. You've got to watch them though, because it depends on your oven. They could brown up and be done in 8 minutes, so pay attention to them, okay? So, and then of course you have to bring them out, put them on a rack to cool completely. And once they've completely cooled, put them in an airtight container, and this is what you get. I tell you what, you could eat these instead of potato chips. They're that tasty. So put them with soup, salad, snack, whatever. So I hope you got that recipe. Again, it's all up to you on how much of the seasoning and what seasonings you want to use. So I hope you make some. Okay? Let me know if you do. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.